Our campaign video blog this week is about our environment. Climate change is real. We're seeing the impacts here locally. At each season there seems to be some more aggressive weather pattern. Our city's investing in light rail to reduce the amount of cars on the road, to give also an opportunity for better transit. We're also investing in the CSST, the Combined Storage Sewer Tunnel, to remove the human waste from making its way into the river and appropriately dispose of it and transform it. We're also putting an important focus on active transportation as we rebuild roads, as we rebuild our infrastructure to make sure that there's an appropriate approach to complete streets, which means pedestrians, which means also cyclists, that we design our infrastructure appropriately. Hi everyone, so I'm joined by Hans Moore, a cycling advocate here in Ottawa. Hans, we've worked together closely over the last few years. You've had an amazing summer. Tell us what you've done over the summer.
So this summer I've been doing something very different. I'm a bicycle tour guide this summer. It's really a lot of fun to do. We have a small company in downtown and we actually take people around town to show how beautiful the city is. And the feedback has been phenomenal.
And it's great. We're at a family tour this morning. We're doing a little bike infrastructure tour of Rideau Vanier, Lowertown, Sandy and Vanier. You're joining us. We're on the Odawe Bridge. You've worked with the city, across the city, on different infrastructure projects, also on missing links. How would you describe the relationship of where the city is at right now in terms of cycling infrastructure?
I think over the last 5 to 10 years the city has done a lovely job in building a lot of new infrastructure. We still have a long way to go, of course, but as I always tell to my friends, you cannot change the city overnight, as you know better than anybody else.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Rome wasn't built in a day. It's a big city as well. I think we're doing a lot of good things. We have some infrastructure from the 70s, from the NCC, of course. And
along the waterways.
Along the waterways. But the issue is often that we have to connect to actually get there. And I guess before I lived in Canada, the idea was that you take your car, put your bikes on the car and go to a park and cycle and come back. That has changed. Now we want to have people leave their front door, leave their garage, leave their shed with their bicycles and actually go to the bike infrastructure. So we need a much better, I would say, network of cycling infrastructure. Sometimes that can be in a separate bike lane, sometimes it's a residential street, sometimes it's a path along the river, but it's really important that all these networks are connected.
We want to thank Hans Moore for the great tour and the community members who continually work with us for improvements to cycling and pedestrian infrastructure in our ward. It's important to see modern infrastructure take place. We're here on Stewart Avenue. You see behind us there used to be a 3-lane roadway. What we have now is a bi-row retention corridor where the water is absorbed where the rain falls. We have a safe bike lane. We also have some pedestrian infrastructure with the PXO that's been recently implemented. Continue to innovate in that front. We want to make sure that the Complete Streets policy continue to be present in Sandy Hill and Lowertown and Vanier. We're glad to work with community members to improve the safety, and we're looking forward for those neighborhood connections that are so precious, that it be the Shakespeare-Marier corridor in La Fontaine, that it be a chapel connection in Sandy Hill, or that it be in Lowertown, connecting Lowertown East and West through cycling infrastructure along Beausoleil, York, and obviously that's a great connection through the community for all of us.